Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. Good afternoon, Queenie.
Good afternoon, Doc. How are you on this gorgeous Monday?
Oh, I'm super excited. It is sunny out. It's a little bit chilly, but since
56 in Overland Park. What about you?
down south here, it's let's see, it is 59 degrees.
Wow, you get a little more warmth than we do here.
Well, we're so much further south.
Yeah, seriously. I always tell people what a difference 10 miles makes, right?
Yep.
Oh
Really
my
does.
gosh, it is amazing. And this weekend, for those of you in the Kansas City Midwest area, it was free. Ah!
But since I put away my winter jacket,
Are you the one responsible for this?
I am, you know how they say words. So my words are, it's going to be warm or it's not going to be cold. I'm not exactly sure which.
I don't even know how to answer that because when your hands are freezing and all that stuff, I'm just like, fingers,
Yeah,
etc.
and we're both like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it really has been interesting. And quite frankly, when you look at the norm for April 25th, 24th, it's one of those not so bad kind of things. And then you think, OMG, it is freezing.
Yes, it is. So, Queenie.
Oh, yes, Doc.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well,
I don't know. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. I'm always a little trepidatious.
I have to show you something.
Okay.
What do you think?
See what I mean? Sometimes you scare me. That's why I always have to be
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I do it on purpose.
Oh my goodness. What is that?
It's a whole bunch of buckets.
Uh-huh.
I had to throw in, one of my favorite places to go.
Yeah.
And of course, you always think about the Halloween buckets as kids, I guess. We actually had pillowcases, so we never walked around with a bucket. So you could get more in your pillowcase. Wouldn't have to go home to dump the candy and go back.
So tell us the significance of buckets today.
Well, today is National Bucket List Day, but I'm playing around with the buckets. I think maybe this should be our buckets. What do you think?
Seriously, those are cute. Okay, let's see.
Cute?
Oh my gosh, those are cute.
Happy Monday, Jerica. Good morning.
Very cute. Wow.
But yes, today is National Bucket List Day. So I actually got serious with my background. I had a little fun with, I'm not exactly sure I like them all. I personally like the one with the champagne in it. It just looks classy. So do you have?
I really like that one that you sent to me as well. So that part is cool.
Yes, of course, mine, I have to slouch down. There we go.
Yeah.
My computer's too close. So, but yeah, do you have a bucket list, Queenie?
Well, of course, I don't have anything like that, shall we say, written down. And the reason for that is I never think in terms, I would say the bucket list topic, because I do something like I want to do something. I don't wait. And so I guess that's my thing. I don't wait till the end to do it. So I guess that might be my answer. I don't think I do have a list. Like I know I don't have anything written down. Do you have a bucket list? I bet you do what you want, don't you?
I basically do what I want, but the bucket list piece, I know it came from that movie, which I believe it or not, I did see.
Yeah.
I
always watched the movie. Oh my gosh.
You watched a movie many years ago, I guess. But you could say the bucket list would be even just what you're doing for your day.
Yes, I agree with that. And that's why I say I don't not do something, and I don't think I would wait till longer than today to get it done. You see what I mean? I don't delay stuff. If all of a sudden I say, oh, I wish I could, whatever it is, I just do it.
I do it depending on where things are at. I
Uh-huh.
mean, not that I'm well. The bucket list movie, weren't they retired? So it was like a when we retire thing. I'm not
Oh,
planning
kind
on
of. Yes, actually,
retiring.
and one of the people in the movie, not to do spoiler alert. Hey, Debbie Miller, not to do spoiler alert. One of them had a not so great health prognosis, and so that might have been the prompting also. So I guess it depends on the people, and that's why I say when I think in terms of someday I wanna, I do whatever that is because I don't want the delay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I guess I'm rephrasing it. I'm probably saying the same thing because I try to live life to its fullest now because we don't know how much more time we have.
And I like the piece of that is all of a sudden I think of something and go, you know what would be super fun? So I just do it. So I don't think I have a someday I wanna, I don't do that.
Yeah, the only exception where I actually did change some of the things on my list was like, about 6, 7 years ago, I wanted to jump out of an airplane, but I've changed my mind.
Well, the good news is you haven't done it yet, so you have the right to change your mind. But
Yes,
holy moly, you wanted to jump out of an airplane, Doc.
yes.
I'm telling you,
You want to come with me, Queenie?
that is interesting. A certain person on this call actually has a jump out of an airplane person in her life. So she shall remain nameless unless she comes forth to share that. But yeah, I've never actually understood the jump out of a perfectly good airplane thing.
A fun thing would be to have coffee with people in person, with friends in person. Gee, I wonder what that means.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that very cute, Deb. Oh my gosh. And someday, as they say. So,
So let's flip it. Let's flip it to business. Is there a bucket list out there for business?
oh no, that's a good idea.
Or
Okay.
is that your business plan?
Uh,
I mean, that could
that
be
is a great idea
transportation.
as well. She's still alive and whole. That means someone's granddaughter jumped out of an airplane this weekend to celebrate her birthday, and she's still alive and whole. So
That's
congratulations.
good.
That is good, good news. We like the good news.
Yes.
A bucket list for a birthday, for a business. I do think you're right. I think that's a business plan in my case, certainly, because the going to Japan to see where my machines are made, that is on my list. It's not my bucket list because I intend to go there. The when part is interesting because I certainly would love to have my team go with me. How many 6 A's, how many 5 A's, how many 4, 3, 2, 1 A's I have. I would like them to be able to join me, kind of thing. So yes, that's on my list, but not bucket future. That's like, let's do it. And with everything, shall we say, opening up, Japan had a few challenges pandemic wise, and I think those are lightening up now and not finished over necessarily, but
Now the world's still a little cray cray, but
yeah, but the travel piece is not as tragic as it was a year or two ago. So that piece is getting closer to doing. And one of our leaders in our community went to Rome to celebrate the Italian Magic Office recently, and it was
oh,
very well received.
where's Rome?
There were probably 100 people there, and
Oh,
that's usually our 1,000. So of course the numbers are down, but at least the travel piece is happening.
I could have escorted him. I could have gone with.
It was actually Cynthia. So
Oh,
yes, you definitely could have gone with her because she would love the company, that's for sure.
that's cool. So yeah, I was just thinking, bucket list per se. I'm like you, Queenie. I just do it, depending on the situation.
Okay, so let's go back to your jump out of an airplane thing. What changed your mind? Like that was on your list to do, and now you don't want to. What would have changed your mind?
Well, now that I'm 20, how old am I?
Oh,
20,
27. Okay.
27. I am getting older,
Uh-huh.
even though I don't like to use that word older or old. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, honestly, it was a seasoned topic that maybe
Yeah.
took
Yeah.
closer to.
A couple of years ago with my gardening business, I kind of wrenched my back. And that was kind of a reminder that you can't do everything that you think you can do because you're 27.
So if you jump out of said airplane, that might not be a good landing, huh?
Might not, just looking at their posture with their arms and legs going in directions you normally don't want it to go, probably wouldn't be a good fit for me.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you have a business goal? I can't imagine what on earth it could be as far as a bucket list. Someday I want to build a greenhouse. You did it. So I can't imagine what that would be.
I've got a couple. I'm working with a fabulous Pinterest social media expert right now. Her name just happens to be Derica.
Who happens to be on this call? How cool is that?
How cool is that? So we are working together to generate my following on that platform, and then I have my goal on YouTube. I'm right now it's 100 subscribers, and I'm inching towards that, which is fantastic. I'm hoping that Pinterest will, kind of get that going too. So those are, just short goals. I mean, I'm constantly working on gardening, whether it's out digging in the dirt, building something, or writing content. And you're going to laugh, but the hardest part is the writing content because it takes so much time. Wow. Even with all the tools of writing that I can use, it still takes a time to put it together and to bring it to a level. My client base is newbies or somebody that's been gardening that wants a little more information. So I can't, I can't be up here all the time, though I would like to be up here. So it's, so that's kind of my bucket list. How about you?
Wow. And that's why I say I don't not do those things. So that's why I was wondering, and definitely for the social media commingling, and all of a sudden this is raising as far as your following, your algorithm, what we talk about for LinkedIn, SSI, social selling index, and then all of a sudden your YouTube channel is higher because you posted that on your blog, which then turned out to go to your Facebook post, which now turned into go to your Instagram reel, and the next thing you know, you've got a YouTube short. So all those things I just said, if it made your head explode, as soon as you go to any of these classes, certainly with Derica, definitely on any of the posting party things, it's really amazing how these social media platforms commingle.
Oh, it's phenomenal to, we've watched it happen with other people and with ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I always use my little examples of the sawdust, 54,000 people, like sawdust. But, that was like the frosting on top of the greenhouse cake, It's after working 3 months on a greenhouse, I had all the sawdust and just filmed it for 15 seconds, put few tips on there, and it went viral. So you just never know. But it is like Derica just said, Kathy Weaver, you are so spot on with, it's the cross-pollination, it's consistency. We need to come up with the Doc and Queenie C's for business. See your business.
Well, and think about that, seeds to sow in your business. That is perfect because the double entendre, especially with you as a kitchen garden expert, is super awesome. And the seeds I get to sow, certainly not gardening seeds, but definitely networking seeds, because I have watched, and this is the coolest thing, I have been able to watch, like, plant a seed over here with someone who is not comfortable yet in the networking arena, in the social media arena, whatever that looks like. And because of the cultivation, the next thing you know, a certain person who shall remain nameless actually did a screen share on one of my posting parties this morning and showed us what was going on with her LinkedIn SSI. And so you see what I mean? My pollination, cultivation, harvesting thing is a little different. And I've got a meeting right after this, of course, and I'm actually going to have a relative newbie share screen on one of the things that we teach in LinkedIn. So she doesn't know it yet, so I can't say her name. And it's no one on this call, by the way, Deb, so don't panic. But it really is, it really is a very cool thing to see the growth. You get to see it from a standpoint of harvesting fruits and veggies, and I get to see it from a standpoint of now, kind of like my word for the year, succession. I want the succession plan in place. So if I disappear, take a year off, whatever that looks like, all of my different groups and events and things I do are still handled. And I really want that. And so that is my succession plan. What happens if you take a year off, Doc?
It's not so easy a transition there, Queenie.
Yeah.
Though I am.
Yeah. Because yours is physical labor, mine is virtual.
Yeah, mine is physical, but actually I was just telling my husband I'm almost through with my garden beds, my raised beds.
Oh, that's that's a cool way to say it.
Yes, and now I'm looking at my drip irrigation system, and it'll have a timer. So if I'm gone, it's not going to work for a year, but it'll work while I'm gone for a couple of weeks or a month or whatever, which is great. A lot of people go hungry if Doc takes the year off.
That's exactly right. Yes, that is exactly right.
So, but you are a part of my gardening, Queenie, indirectly.
Yes, and why would that be, Doc?
I do water my crops with my Kangen. So,
actually, I appreciate your saying that, because I just got a message actually this morning. And she sent a picture, and I'd love to post it. I am going to let her do that piece, but she has a tower garden, and which is basically hydroponic plastic type garden, and she has been using the 6.0 beauty water to do all of her watering. And she said, this thing is like explosive. And the bounty that she's reaping off her tower garden has been amazing. So thank you for saying that.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. It does work. I water my garlic with the Kangen.
Yeah.
So if I could and I'm still trying to figure out how I can get the water from my machine.
Oh my God. If anyone can do it, Doc, if anyone can figure out how to irrigate an entire yard the size of yours.
Just hooking up the hose to the Kangen, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Anyone could do that, it would be you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is so fun, honestly.
I haven't figured it out yet, but we will get there. I don't know. I might just put a great big old water barrel in front of the window, open up the window, pour it in.
That would not surprise me, and I can kind of see it trickle down a trough until it goes to all your garden beds. So
yes, I'm just like, that's a thought.
Yeah. And one thing that we are all thinking, which would be super fun, especially since not all of our Doc and Queenie friends are local. Thank you all for joining us today on Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. It would be very cool to see a video of your entire property, because I know now it's so extensive that here's your greenhouse, your garden beds are surrounding it, everything that you keep building, fire pits and your stainless steel garden bed and all of those things that you've got incorporated is phenomenal to think. Not only, I know you had help, but to think that one person is the kitchen garden expert, master gardener to this entire property really is incredible. And I don't think people understand the expanse of your property.
Well, thank you, Queenie. Yeah, when I get it a little bit further along. But yeah, I had help with the door on the greenhouse, the roof on the greenhouse, and then carrying the garden beds to the backyard. So that's
so someone of your stature is not able to hang doors and roofs, and
I hate doors, and roofs are right there, right next to me.
Oh my gosh. And seriously though, when you think about effort, let's talk about communal effort. I think that's part of our story with Doc and Queenie is look at this group. Honestly.
Yes. Well, and right now,
just
sorry, Queenie.
It's okay. Oh. You just honestly, you think in terms of all of our communal efforts, so to speak. It's just the coolest thing ever to see how so many people in our Doc and Queenie community work together.
Well, and it's fantastic. And I apologize. I don't know if I'm my internet again, my connection today. I think I've overlapped your talking, but it looks okay right now. And it's fantastic. Like right now we have our local group of faithful friends. We've got Derica, Grace, we've got Karen, we've got Debbie. It's awesome that they all live within an hour of us, which is cool. I mean, because we both do a lot of networking outside of KC, and you do more world networking than I do. I was in Australia a couple of times in the past month, but not like you. Like they know you down under there, Queenie.
Yeah. Yes, we've met. Yes, we have.
In India too, and England and wherever. But yeah, that's the beauty of all of this. It's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. It sure has. And I definitely love the fact that you have the question of the day and the theme of the day and bucket list. Anyone who has something on their bucket list, we would love to know what that is.
Yes.
Please share it in the comments section. And all the engagement piece for the Doc and Queenie is so fun.
So I guess it's now time for our next little thing that we like to do and learn a little more business on the spin the wheel, perhaps.
I love that part so much. Honestly, I do. And here we go. I know that your super duper favorite number is 7. So let's shuffle this wheel up 7 times. There we go. All right, Doc. Let's see what happens on our Doc and Queenie topics. Oh my gosh. Is this you or what?
Blog post or Instagram? Should we do?
Yeah. Actually, it's Instagram, and you can definitely take that all different kinds of directions.
Oh, Instagram. Yeah, I've not been on there as much because they changed their algorithm a couple of months ago. Because I've talked.
Let's talk about that. That would be a great thing for our friends to know, especially with you on TikTok and Pinterest now, and your YouTube channel is exploding. That's a great thing to share.
Yeah, I was able, and I was actually telling this to Derica the other day. I was able to consistently, because I posted reels every day, and it wasn't necessarily on gardening. It was a lot of stupid stuff, but my children are like, oh, there she goes again. I'd be like filming the dinner or whatever, or chasing the dog around the backyard. But I used to be able to consistently hit 70,000 accounts. And then all of a sudden it dropped to under 10. And I'm like, what's going on? And I did not see anything from anybody else. But just recently, in the past month, somebody had posted somewhere, I don't remember one of the networks I was on Facebook. They posted something about, isn't it crazy what happened on Instagram? They talked about them changing the algorithm. So I haven't been as consistent because it's been a lot harder to reach the volume that I was. And so I actually have been transitioning a little bit. I experiment before I really jump into something. I've been experimenting with TikTok, which I get tons of likes on my silly videos. And I've been kind of pushing those out a little bit. My only complaint on TikTok, and I'm sidetracking, is
good information.
I can't put Kitchen Garden Expert on there as my handle. So it's Garden Doc 7. So
wow.
If you want to find me, I'm, on TikTok, but yeah, the algorithm on Instagram, it kind of actually ticked me off.
Yeah. So that really is something to know. And this is a perfect segue into shifting.
Yes.
All of a sudden, people say all the time, I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't do whatever it is. I appreciate that. There might be some things I don't know how to do yet, or I choose not to do something, but I usually don't say, I don't do that. And so for you to realize the punt and pivot shifting of the algorithm on Instagram shifted you into focus on TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, and now look at your numbers explode on those other platforms. So if they shift their algorithm, quite frankly, my friend, that is not your quote problem, but it's always nice to be flexible. And we've been teaching that for 3 years now with the punt and pivot piece.
Well, and to add to that, even I'm on Instagram occasionally now. I do check. And here's the benefit of being consistent and having that engine continue after you really back off a little bit. I'm still getting followers. About a month ago, I was just at about 700. I've last time I checked, it was like 730.
Oh wow!
And I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything, which just cracks me up. Now, when I do go on Instagram, we can circle back around, and you and I always talk about edifying others and cross pollination, all those kinds of things.
Uh-huh.
I will scroll through for a couple of minutes, and it's difficult because it can be addictive. It's like TikTok. I will scroll through.
Set the timer.
Yep. And if I really like if they're really bad reels, then I won't like them. Or if they're tasteless, which usually isn't the case, but if they're just, or I'm not interested in it, then I generally won't give them a like or a heart. But I usually do that. And I've had people notice my liking their reel, and then they follow me, and then I notice that I like their reel, so I follow them back, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's still going. I'm still generating followers, even though I'm not. And I have almost 2 years of content on there. I have over 500 posts of some kind. A majority of it is reels. I just started. I had said to somebody about a month or two ago, yeah, I put my information on Instagram, and then I realized, like, well, it's a bunch of reels, and some of it has to do with gardening, some of it doesn't. So I started posting occasionally about gardening. I thought that probably should be beneficial since that's what I do.
What a great idea, right?
Great idea. Yeah. So, but it's still generating, which is phenomenal. I mean, it's the joy of social media. Another benefit of Instagram, you post on Instagram, I have it populate my Facebook page. So if you missed it on Instagram or you're not on Instagram, you can catch it on my Facebook page. So I was a little ticked at them, but like you said, the punt and pivot piece. How about you, Queenie? What is your take on the Instagram thing?
I think, and I've learned a lot from you from a standpoint of the algorithm, the traffic, the reach, the reels, things like that. And now that YouTube offers an opportunity to create shorts, that is my next step. And so I have found that the punt and pivot piece has been important, because let's take, for example, and several of you on this call now are certainly watching on the replay. This might be something to consider. When you're on StreamYard, especially on a pro account or whatever they call their paid versions, when you're on a StreamYard video, and the reason that we choose StreamYard many times, not always, but many times over Zoom, in this particular case for the Facebook Live, is the interaction. When you're on Zoom, if we were doing Doc and Queenie like we do our guest live, we want to focus 1,000,000% on our guests, so we don't do it on StreamYard, because we want literally for the guest to be able to do all of it with no interruption or distraction from the attendees at the time. So when you're on StreamYard, you can actually see the comments. And again, all of this depends on how you set up your accounts, but you can also be on several platforms at once. And that's another option to consider. So if you're going to do a StreamYard, a visit, a guest, a chat, an interview, whatever you think is a great idea, a screen share, StreamYard might be a great platform for you, because you can be on several at a time. So this particular video, Lord willing, will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, which means Dot can then take it to her YouTube channel, and then you can promote it other places. You can also do Facebook share from our Doc and Queenie page. And you see what I mean, Doc, from a standpoint of the traffic, the expanse, the exposure. So now we're going to go from StreamYard to Facebook, several different places there, our Doc and Queenie community, my Miracles with Water page, the Kathy Weaver main account. And now you're going to be able to see it on YouTube, which then means it could go to what? LinkedIn, TikTok, anywhere. And so I can see where the algorithm analytics that you were watching, well, could actually make you realize what is a good effort for your time. And I definitely can see using the best use of your time as far as where to promote all of the things that you do for your garden business.
Yeah, I don't have enough time to just, pull something out of my earlobe. It has to be, I'm realizing, I mean, I've been I'm a tester, and I sit back and observe.
Absolutely.
It has to be calculated. Everything has to be calculated. As far as even just on a basic, simple level of what does your post look like?
Yep.
And are you tagging correctly? And in my business, is it appropriate? So if I'm showing you, I don't know, a pile of leaves, that might not be appropriate right now for people because everybody has started their seedlings or they're starting their gardens and they're, planting their plants. So that, that as far as my business piece, I also do the tagging even on my, when I do just like I did something today, I took a picture of my winter jacket. So I even tag that, so that gives you buzz and pulls other people into it, whether it's now or later, because those tags are still out there. It doesn't go away.
No, that is a beautiful, beautiful message. And you are so right. Plus, you can be findable later. How many of you on this call now are certainly watching on the replay? All of a sudden, you've posted something a couple years ago. It's not a Facebook memory that comes up, but all of a sudden it says, yeah, me too. And so I look at that and I go, what? And I click on it. And it was literally a post from a couple years ago that someone accidentally found. Hello, algorithm. Hello, traffic. And they accidentally found it. Now, were they searching for a keyword and that popped up? Maybe. But all of a sudden they're answering right now in real time. And it was a post I did a couple years ago. Yes, so there really are lots of ways to do that.
Yep. I had that same exact thing happen about a month ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was from last year. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And the other thing I noticed, Grace is on the call with us, and she posted a memory of Facebook. And last year at this time, there was SNOW. And I was like,
yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if you caught us first, Grace, but I already said I put your jacket away. There will be no snow and no cold.
Oh my God. No kidding. No kidding. But you do get those Facebook memories. And there actually was SNOW on Mother's Day one year. So I'm just putting it out there that, don't let your jacket be too far away, Doc.
Oh gosh, no. I the other night when we had a frost, it wasn't a deep frost, but I debated for like 30 seconds, should I go out there and cover everything? And then I'm like, I have to. I don't want to lose all of this hard work.
Absolutely not. Mm-mm.
So yeah. So anyways, well, guess what, Queenie?
You know what? I think we're going to start doing 24/7 DQ. What do you think of that?
I'm not sure if I have time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that, Derica. I don't think I'm an affiliate. I don't necessarily do those kind of things necessarily. But yes, StreamYard.com, I would definitely take a look at that and see what you think. I don't even know how or where my link is, as a matter of fact, but I am certainly thrilled to be able to. It's not much money for the whole year, by the way, but the bigger issue is you can do the banners, you can do all kinds of things. You can title yourself differently, change your background, change your logos, all kinds of things for the paid version. So it really is very, very interesting to me. So just check it out and see. But thank you for asking. I don't think I am. If I am, I don't do it actively. So thanks for asking.
Yes. So, all right. Well, everybody, unfortunately, it's time for us to go because I don't think I'm going to subscribe to 24/7 Dr.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine having a constant Doc and Queenie? I think would go, you've got to seriously be kidding me. The good news is we probably never run out of something to
Watch
say.
The followers go whoosh.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we've had enough. We've had enough.
Enough of you two, that's for sure.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us. And if you would like to reach out to Queenie anywhere on social media, you can find her at Kathy Weaver KC or her website, KathyWeaverKC.com. Myself, I'm a kitchen garden expert all over social media, and I'm at KitchenGardenExpert.com. Until next time, everybody have a blessed and fantastic week. And we will catch you right back here next Monday at
high noon.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye now.